all the way from Queen and Spadina, Matt Johnson and Jay McCarrol, Nirvana the band.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Peter. Thank you.
Start the watches. We gotta time this. We gotta go 15 minutes, right?
No. They're going to throw us out of here. So if you want us to be able to answer anything, this has to stop now. Also, Jay and I actually won't speak for Jay. I'm immune. I suffer so much having to make these things that no amount of adulation will ever make it worthwhile. So we should just move on. Jay really likes it, though. Thank you, everybody, for coming. I was in the audience watching, and I was thinking, oh, man, this movie is very Toronto, in a way that I don't think Jay, myself, and the team who made it even realized. It was when it cut to Bud stage, I turned to Jay, and I was like, whoa, this audience is really being taken for a ride here. Because Scott Pilgrim was one thing, which was great. I was actually I was young. We saw that at the Scotiabank Theater, Jay and I together, and we hated it. But we were honored that Toronto was featured in such a way, and I wonder if subconsciously that left a major impact on us.
I think we outdid it in terms of Toronto, right? Just in terms of how much Toronto is in it.
Maybe.
I mean, you very much had the showdown to, I feel, a science and a formula. When it came to, all right, we're going to do a movie version, what was that process? Was it any different from the television show?
No, up to and including us shooting multiple movies and throwing them in the garbage before we came up with this, which is true, which Telefilm let us do. If Telefilm is here, we have to give them, I think Miller probably shouted them out, but I mean really, they let us shoot a couple movies and trash them before we got to this one, and that is pretty rare.
Do you remember the moment when it was like, oh, we just got to time travel. It's got to be a time travel thing.
We were sitting in the upstairs room of our apartment that we shot in, and we were working with Bobby and Kurt,
the editors of this
and we were
movie.
watching.
Give them a round of applause. They're right here.
Of course.
Jay and I get a lot of the credit, and they like to joke that they really do everything.
They're really the Matt
and it really
Jay
is
of
true.
Nirvana, the band.
They're like, imagine us, except not funny, can't speak in public, but as editors.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
We were watching the bit of the movie that we had shot so far, and then we were watching and we're like, if this does get on the big screen, it's just not big enough.
It felt like the TV show.
And we were like, can't we do something like, I don't know, jump off the CN Tower? And then we're like, well, if we were to do that, then we'd maybe do this and that. And then all of a sudden it just started like building into this time travel movie that we pretty much wrote in like a day, and then 200 shooting days later finished it.
And I think on another level, both Jay and I were very afraid of the footage of us as kids because we'd shot it when we were so young. And an interesting thing happened, and that's when we were making the movie, we were trying our best using hair and makeup to look younger when we did the first version of the film because we wanted to seem like it was still in the same universe. But we were looking at footage ourselves, we were like, oh, we look so old and pathetic. How can we make this a strength? And yeah, in our mind, I think we thought it was going to be like, oh yeah, we looked the exact same in 2008. It was a pretty stark image when it's me and Jay and young Jay in the same room together, and Jay and I are watching it like, oh my God.
We really study our face. You know what I mean? It's pretty fun to just watch. But yeah, it didn't change at all from the web series to the show to the movie.
The way we shot it, no, and it's the exact same.
It's
team
just
that
4 or
made
5
it.
of us running around the city. Yeah.
And I mean, you guys did, you jump off the CN Tower in this movie. I mean, how, like...
Where's Olivia Chow? Mayor Chow's here. Where are you, Mayor Chow?
Right there.
What do you think? Are we in trouble? For real? We might need you to talk to the CN Tower. Bringing you here was by design. Because, actually, I shouldn't even say what we told them we were doing. Okay.
Yeah.
We love the CN Tower, but you know, every Canadian institution, like, it's so hard for them to understand. It's amazing Roz and Mocha let us do that because they didn't know what we were doing. We said, can we come in and film with you? They do amazing. They're not here. I wish they could have stayed, but they got a show at 4 a.m. That's when they got to wake up, these guys. They're pro.
I mean, that plot point, though, on the Roz and Mocha show.
Yes.
And then we go to Jay's compound and what happens there. Like, how did that emerge in the writing process?
There was no writing process. We were on Roz and Mocha. The news broke that Drake's security guard got shot in the head. We got in our car and drove to Drake's house.
So that's a real police.
It's all real. One of the crazy things, because we were in the States and we premiered this movie, and people would ask, like, so what's real, what's not? And it maybe seems childish to say, but it's all real. Everything you're watching is we just had to do it.
If you look up that police press conference,
we're in the background. You can see Jared and I in the background trying to get this shot of Jay, and everybody was so nice to us.
It was very weird because I kept running up and down, like everyone was facing me so they could see me bolting down the street as if I had just shot someone. And then, before the police could even like decide like if we're going to go after this guy, I would just get to the end and then turn around. And so it was just confusing. They didn't know to like stop or, and by the time they asked us, we were like, oh, we're already done. We're out of here.
But they're really nice.
Everyone's nice.
We've never had an incident in Toronto, and we tried shooting this movie in the United States, very different. In Toronto, where people were like, hey, get out of here. People always just thought that we were so stupid, why bother? Like, they would watch what we were doing, they're like, well, whatever they're doing, it's meaningless.
I mean, I do love how helpful everyone is in the movie.
Oh my gosh.
Like, there's just so many of the people, the pedestrians and bystanders that you interact with, and they just want to help
well, because I think we have that look on our face that says these guys need help.
I'm gonna throw it over to the audience, and actually we got something special. We've got an air cannon with some T-shirts, and I think you've got some folks that can help us blast some T-shirts into this audience.
Is it a prank? Are there really? Is that the guy? No, he's leaving.
No, that guy's just leaving.
No.
He doesn't want to get hit with a shirt.
Are there any
He's
questions?
been to these before.
In the audience,
T-shirts. Matt Grayson is giving
T-shirts.
this. Matt Grayson's the producer of this film, and he's going like this right now, which to me signals no T-shirts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, let's go to the first question.
All right. Right at the front. Is this the end of Nirvana the Band the Show?
We said it was the end of Nirvana the Band the Show at the end of the web series. We hated each other so much. And then at the end of the TV show, we both said we're never doing this again. And then at the end of the movie, we were like, Vice said we're never doing this again. No uncertain terms. Yeah, actually, that was pretty brutal. And then at the end of this movie, I think we thought that it was over, but you never know. Life is strange. Nirvana the Band is alive, in a way that is not under our control whatsoever. The situation may manifest that we have no choice but to make more Nirvana the Band. I'll tell you, we have a lot of unused footage. That's for sure. But yeah, season 3 is coming any day now, yeah.
Season 3, this movie has a lot of footage. I mean, all of it together could be a lot more Nirvana the Band if you want it, so.
Yeah. Yes. You say director's cut? This is the director's cut. One of the great things about working with budgets so pathetic is that I really get to do what I want. But then, I have to suffer the consequences of that. Like, this really is as good as I can do.
I'm looking for other hands. Yeah, right over there. Why did Jay call the Lafayette in Ottawa?
It's a great question. Do you remember? Does anybody from the team remember? Jared, do you remember why?
So we had to drive, yeah. We needed to drive up to 88.
It couldn't be in Toronto. That's exactly right. And I don't know who, we must have looked in online to see like what places even are in Ottawa.
Even though we reach 88 on Queens, so don't read into it too much. I mean,
it's
not fun to go into all the details.
If you notice the route that Jay takes to get to Ottawa, he's going south down the Dufferin Bridge. Then he's on a highway going in like near Scarborough.
Yeah.
And then we're right back on Queen.
Yep.
And I'll tell you that the American audience think it all makes sense. How about when we're at Queen Street, right outside Much Music, we look north and there's the Paradise Movie Theater.
Yeah.
How about that? Couple, and we were making
That's
the
one
film.
of my favorite jokes in the movie, though, is how you realize it's 2008 by attending a screening of The Hangover. When did that emerge as like, because you said a number of other moments where you should have noticed.
Yeah, but we knew that every time travel movie has the moment where the characters realize where they are, and it's like a cliche how it happens, and so we were trying to figure out in Nirvana the band world, well, how will they figure it out?
We're going over like because we had our footage of ourselves from 2008, so we knew that 2008 was a destination, but we started to kind of go over like what about 2008 is actually going to clue us in to being in 2008, because nothing much has changed, like nothing has changed that much,
We were
right?
lucky in that-
and so
in that
we were just kind of
visually.
trying, what else? And then when that came up,
Was it Bobby's idea? Bobby, was it your idea? You shake your head no? It's funny thing is...
Nobody wants to take credit for that
No,
one.
yeah, well, that's a dangerous one. That's a dangerous one. But...
it was Bobby.
Yeah, we're all hanging out in a house, and for that idea taking hold, we had like 15 other ones that, like if this hadn't worked, we would have done something else. We knew it was great when we were in the Paradise screening it, and the audience that we brought, which were fans. Are any of those people here? Yeah, so some of those people were actually in the audience at the time, and they thought it was funny what we were, like they figured out what the trick was, and we were like, oh, good, we won't get in too much trouble for this.
Are there any questions from up there? Yes, right there.
The question is, will we ever re-release the web series?
I don't think so.
The problem is, we were making it back then just Jay, Jared, and I, and we paid absolutely no attention to copyright law. Like, as little as we do now, at least we kind of know what we're doing. Back then, it was the Wild West. We didn't care. We were releasing the show ourselves on an FLV site that we controlled. So,
It's got Beatles songs on it.
yeah, it would be very difficult. It'd be very difficult to legally release it, but I'm sure we'll illegally release it.
You could
again.
certainly find it.
Yeah.
The 2008 footage those were just outtakes from the original web series?
Yes, everything.
Because we shot from the hip. Like we have there's way more unused footage than there was in the web
Did you know that footage existed at first?
No, the specific footage?
Yes.
No, again, that's Kurt and Bobby, who watched everything that we'd shot, which was on tape. It was on mini DV tape. They watched all of it, and they themselves wrote those 2008 sequences. So we basically were told by them, you're going to do this, you're going to do this, you got to say this, you got to do this. It's going to be the four of you in a room, Matt's sleeping on the couch, all this shit. Like, they did all of that.
Give them another plot.
They did all that.
But they also came up with all the edgy shit, like the anti-vaccination stuff.
No.
Yes, they did.
No, well, it's not really fair to them.
There's a question at the top balcony, right there.
So did you just call up Anthony Fantino and say, hey, we got a stupid concept on?
Jay did.
Yeah. Well, this is Instagram, so he just messaged me he followed me on Instagram, and 30 seconds later, I messaged him, and I was like, do you want to be in our movie? He was like, yes! And he gave me his number, and then, I called him. Cool guy.
He gave his number, and then,
Then
we're
we just
together.
got to talking. Who knows?
Right there?
Same with Ellen.
Yes. How difficult was it to get neon? I mean, they saw it at South by and it was a standing ovation.
The neon people are here.
But they don't want to be
The question's
revealed.
interesting. Yeah, I understand the spirit of your question, which wasn't how hard was it for us to convince a distributor to want to release it. Do you mean like to convince them that legally this would be possible to release? Oh, because it's so Canadian. That's a great point. Yeah. You know what I'm noticing? Because I see a lot of international films, and this is a message to anybody who's young and thinking about making art at any level, or specifically movies, that the regionality of something like this, although to us seems very like, oh, that's so pathetic. Why are you showing us? We're so ugly. Like, our city's so disgusting, which is the way I used to think, right? Other countries don't think like that. They're like, it's Copenhagen. Set it in Copenhagen. It's great, yeah. And then those movies go on and win Oscars. Like the specificity of the city is no longer a drawback the way that it maybe was in the 90s or the early 2000s. Now, again, the American audiences were like, this is crazy. I'll remember 4 Germans came up to me after the screening in South by Southwest, and they were like, my God, this movie is unbelievable. How did you do this? And I was like, yeah, it was really fun. And then they said, so much jaywalking.
Pun intended.
Right, yeah. Like, that's what blew their mind. And so that's something that we as Torontonians are just like, what? That's just what we do all the time. The car's got to get out of our way. In Germany, no. And so they like seeing that.
I think I saw someone who was also in the movie here. I think the guy from Canadian Tire.
Oh, yeah.
I think I saw him in the line. He said, there he is! There he is! Hey!
Bring him up.
Hey!
Bring him up.
Come on! Go over there! Go over there!
Yeah, get up
Go
here.
inside. Go. You go upstairs. They're gonna take him around. You gotta take a bow. We'll get one more question in, and then we gotta have him take a bow. I knew I.
No. You know what we should do? I want to talk about what that was like from his experience, because I've never seen this guy since we shot that scene. And I wonder, because so often what happens when we shoot the show, I'm sure you can guess, is Jay and I will go into these places, whatever it is, and we'll film these scenes, and then Jay and I need to leave. And then Matt Grayson will go in and tell them, it's just for laughs. You've just been you're in a TV show, you're in a movie. Will you please sign this release? And
There he is.
Oh, wow.
Want to introduce yourself?
Hey, gentlemen. My name is Ayush. Wow, this movie is an absolute laugh riot.
Put it on the poster.
I'm sorry?
Put it on the poster.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, wow, these guys really did a terrific job. I mean,
So what do you remember from us coming in?
We have to set you up first, because we shot at so many Canadian Tires. There's another thing about making a movie like this. We had to shoot that scene with like 6 different people. And it was only when we met the Libertarian from the Canadian Tire, who's the manager at this place. Which Canadian Tire was it?
this is Young and Davenport.
Hell yeah. Young and Davenport.
Store 150, that's what it is.
And what did you think was happening?
I mean, I thought you guys were crazy. Who would just show up and jump off CN Tower? I mean, I would definitely put that flex capacitor to use and then jump off myself.
What?
I mean,
Did you
with
believe
the
us?
parachute.
Did you believe
No,
us?
I did not believe you guys. I mean,
But I appreciate the sensitivity that you were like, you didn't want them to hurt themselves.
no, I would never do that to anybody, but still. But then I thought these guys were just kidding. I mean, no, you guys are not real.
But you still played it safe, and you gave us some good advice.
Definitely.
Which was nice.
I mean, nobody should get
And
hurt.
when you see us using the Canadian Tire brand wire clippers to cut the cables on the CN Tower and jump, are you thinking, hell yeah, that's a good product?
That's a good product. Don't use it though.
Please remember to vote for the film. This could be a People's Choice Award winner. Vote at tiff.net/vote.
Everybody.
The RV is outside.
Thank you.
There are some t-shirts outside as well. Take photos. Promote Canadian cinema.
Thank you.
Celebrate Nirvana the band. See you tomorrow night for Obsession.